say. Keefe D got a bail. He's supposed to be home.
That's up to law
He's supposed
enforcement.
to be home in the next month. I've been thinking about going to bail him out.
You gonna bail out Keefe D?
Yeah, it's only $75,000.
This is a case that it's going to take some nuance, that's for sure.
Keefe D's bail drama just took a wild turn. You won't believe the outrageous plan the feds uncovered, revealing how notorious music mogul Wack 100 allegedly orchestrated an entire escape plot to get Keefe D out of the country. Using his deep-rooted gang connections, Wack supposedly planned to whip up fake documents and smuggle Keefe D across the border to Mexico. The twist? It all fell apart when the judge revoked the bail, deeming Keefe a flight risk. Dive into the scandalous details of Wack's desperate schemes and the explosive courtroom revelations that have everyone talking.
For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice.
Before delving into the leaked escape plan that has everyone buzzing, it's essential to understand who Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is and why his name keeps resurfacing in the Shakur assassination investigation. Keefe D, a self-described gangster, has been a notable figure in the world of organized crime for decades.
So that's just the law. You pull a gun, you use it.
Last year, he was arrested outside his Henderson home, marking a significant moment in the long, tangled history of Shakur's assassination case. Keefe D was no ordinary gang member. He was a shot caller for the Southside Compton Crips, a powerful position that involved orchestrating various illegal activities, including the drive-by shooting that claimed Shakur's life.
As they were in the white Cadillac, Mr. Davis took the gun that he had obtained and provided it to the passengers in the rear seat of the vehicle.
His arrest came after years of boasting about his involvement in Shakur's assassination. These admissions, captured in interviews in his memoir Compton Street Legend, provided the police with enough rope to eventually hang him, metaphorically speaking. Interestingly enough, his penchant for self-incrimination proved to be his downfall. His defense attorney, Carl Arnold, has fervently argued that Keefe D's stories are nothing more than fiction designed to sell books and garner attention. He himself is giving different stories, Arnold stated, highlighting the inconsistencies in Davis' accounts. Despite these arguments, the prosecution, led by Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson, believes the evidence is robust enough to secure a conviction. The only constant prosecutor Bainu Palal emphasized is Mr. Davis admitting to being the architect of the assassination.
Shots came from the back. Who shot Tupac?
They keep it for the code of the streets. It just came from the backseat, bro.
Keefe D's courtroom appearances have been dramatic. During a status update, he pleaded not guilty to the charges, setting the stage for a high-profile trial.
Sir, are you familiar with the one charge that you're facing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that charge?
Yes, ma'am.
As to that charge, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
The tension in the courtroom was palpable as the prosecution laid out the narrative of Davis orchestrating the assassination as revenge for a casino brawl between Shakur and Shakur and Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson.
Keefe D's nephew is Orlando Anderson. He's the individual that got into a fight with Tupac Shakur the night that Tupac was shot.
This feud, stemming from gang rivalries and personal vendettas, culminated in the fatal shooting on the Las Vegas Strip. As the trial progresses, the stakes couldn't be higher. Keefe D faces severe penalties if convicted, potentially spending the rest of his life behind bars. The prosecution has also added a sentencing enhancement for gang activity, which could tack on additional decades to his sentence.
The best way to characterize that is Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime.
The trial has also brought back into focus the night of September 7th, 1996, when Shakur was fatally shot. The rivalry between Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. had escalated into a full-blown East Coast-West Coast war, culminating in the tragic events on the Las Vegas Strip. Sitting in the passenger seat of Suge Knight's BMW, Shakur was ambushed by gunfire from a white Cadillac. Keefe D has admitted to being in that Cadillac, providing the gun that ultimately ended Shakur's life.
Metro Police showing this diagram Friday with Orlando Anderson, Davis's nephew, and DeAndre Smith in the back seat.
This case, with all its twists and turns, continues to captivate the public's imagination. The courtroom drama, combined with the sensational revelations of gangland tactics and Hollywood connections, ensures that Keefe D's trial remains front-page news. As we await further developments, one thing is certain: the quest for justice for Shakur is far from over. The trial, set to resume later this year, promises more bombshells and dramatic moments that will keep everyone on the edge of their seats.
Well, it's a cold case. It's been lingering for 27 years.
As the trial for Keefe D's involvement in the assassination of Shakur continues to unfold, a new layer of intrigue has emerged involving the notorious music mogul Wack 100. The latest courtroom drama revolves around Wack's attempt to post bail for Keefe D, an endeavor fraught with allegations of ulterior motives and potential illegalities. This leads us to the question, why would Wack 100 go to such lengths for Keefe D? Interestingly enough, the motivation behind Wack 100's actions appears multifaceted. Known for his connections in the hip-hop world and a history of controversial statements, Wack's involvement raises eyebrows. His attempt to post $112,500 as part of Keefe D's $750,000 bail was met with skepticism by Judge Carly Kearney, who questioned the legitimacy of the funds and the potential for commercial exploitation of Keefe D's story.
Well, he's no different than any other defendant. I mean, we had a feeling this day was coming in the recent history.
One insider revealed that Wack's plan was not just about securing bail, but also involved a much more elaborate scheme. The court played a jail call between Wack and Keefe D, where Wack discussed a series about Davis's life, promising potential episodes focusing on high-profile figures like Diddy Combs and the notorious B.I.G. Could it be that Wack was not merely helping a friend, but was instead setting the stage for a lucrative media project? The drama took a shocking twist when rumors surfaced that a source close to Wack tipped off federal authorities about a potential escape plan. Allegedly, Wack had devised a plot to use his gang connections to smuggle Keefe D out of the country, should bail be granted. The plan reportedly involved fake documents and a network of safe houses, ultimately leading to Mexico. This revelation led the court to cancel the bail decision altogether, deeming Keefe D an even greater flight risk.
It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our homicide section to get to where we are today.
The feds are now investigating these claims, trying to determine the veracity of the escape plot. If these rumors prove true, Wack 100 could face severe legal consequences, potentially joining Keefe D behind bars. This leads us to another hypothetical: what would an escape orchestrated by Wack 100 look like? Given Wack's criminal history and gang connections, the escape could have been meticulously planned. Wack, who once boasted about his ability to manage and influence younger gang members, would have had the resources and manpower to execute such a plan.
You know, like my whole record was violence.
Hypothetically, the operation might have included coordinated efforts involving multiple gang members, safe houses spread across the Southwest, and sophisticated methods to evade law enforcement. The goal would have been to transport Keefe D to a remote location in Mexico, far from the reach of U.S. authorities. The courtroom drama and the sensational rumors surrounding Wack 100's involvement have only added to the high-stakes nature of Keefe D's trial. Prosecutors are digging deeper into the financial records provided by Wack, scrutinizing every detail to ensure that the bail money is not tied to any profit-making schemes related to Shakur's assassination. Meanwhile, Keefe D's health concerns and pleas for house arrest add another layer of complexity to the case.
Any case that's 27 years old sometimes presents some challenges, but we feel very confident that the criminal justice system will work in this case.
The court revelations regarding Wack 100's alleged escape plan for Keefe D have sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. Speculations run wild, questioning what drove Wack to risk his reputation and freedom. Could it be blackmail? Or perhaps an unseen puppet master pulling the strings? Interestingly enough, rumors swirl that Wack might be acting under pressure from higher powers within the music industry. Whispers suggest that Diddy Combs, with his tumultuous past entangled in the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, could be the orchestrator behind this audacious plot. Diddy has been a contentious figure ever since Keefe D claimed that Diddy paid $1 million for Shakur's assassination, a claim Diddy has consistently denied as nonsense.
So many people in music and Hollywood fear this guy, Diddy, as if he's untouchable, and even the
Sugar Diddy.
Could it be that Diddy, fearing Keefe D's potential to spill more damning secrets, is using Wack as an intermediary to keep Keefe silent and out of reach? This hypothetical scenario gains traction considering Diddy's current legal woes. Recently, his mansions were raided in connection with trafficking allegations, adding another layer of complexity to his already controversial image. A former FBI agent suggested that Keefe D might flip on Diddy to save his own skin, hinting at a possible exchange of information to reduce his sentence. This leads us to the question, what is Wack's motive for taking such risks? ETV's series is one thing, but organizing an escape is another matter, especially since Keefe doesn't have the money to pay him. Otherwise, he would have paid his bail himself. It's plausible that Wack is under immense pressure or perhaps even blackmail. Keefe D could have incriminating evidence on Wack or other high-profile individuals, using it as leverage to orchestrate his escape.
If I wouldn't have never met him, I wouldn't have never been involved in this. You know what I'm saying?
Alternatively, someone else might be funding this elaborate plan. Given Diddy's vast resources and the lengths he's allegedly gone to keep his hands clean, it's not far-fetched to imagine him financing Keefe's escape to prevent any further revelations. An insider claimed that Diddy, surrounded by powerful and influential figures, has always managed to stay a step ahead of the law by delegating dirty work to others, keeping his own hands seemingly clean. As we delve deeper into this saga, the possible connections between Wack, Keefe D, and Diddy become more convoluted. The high-profile nature of the trial, combined with the sensational rumors of gangland tactics and Hollywood connections, ensures that public interest remains piqued. The trial set to resume later this year promises more bombshells and dramatic moments that will keep everyone on the edge of their seats.
The fact that this indictment came down is a little hope, but we want justice for Pac.
Ultimately, Wack 100's involvement raises more questions than answers. Is he a pawn in a larger game manipulated by powerful forces within the music industry, or is he driven by personal motives, perhaps influenced by fear or loyalty? As the story unfolds, one thing is clear: the quest for truth and justice in Shakur's assassination is far from over, and the courtroom drama surrounding Keefe D and Wack 100 is just the latest chapter in a saga that continues to grip the world. So what do you think is Wack 100's true motive behind his elaborate escape plan for Keefe D? Is there a bigger player like Diddy pulling the strings behind the scenes? Or is Wack acting on his own accord? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more updates on this gripping saga, and until next time, goodbye.